Alright everybody, so we're at the other storage lot here in another county, and I'm here to get these tires off of this, not Ford Explorer, and it's not a Mountaineer. It is a Mazda Navajo. Seems like it was rolled over. I would guess. I'm not sure, but I would guess it's been something other than on its wheels at one time. So anyways, I'm getting these wheels off for the rat rod. We need some tires, and there's only going to be, well, he said there's only 3 good ones, so I imagine, yep, that one's bad. It's got a tear in it. So we're going to get this one off, and these 2 on this side off. And I don't know exactly what his plans are. All I know is he told me he needed them, so didn't have nothing else going on. Decided to go in and get over here for him, and we're going to get them off. They're all loaded up. Ready to be put on a rat rod and burned down. Alright everyone, so I don't have much for you. As you see, I went and got those tires off that Mazda Navajo for the rat rod build. There's gonna be some tires that get put on there, and 1 or 2 of them tires are gonna get roasted off on the burnout portion of the rat rod build if we get to that point, which I have no doubt we will. With that being said, as you can see, you're looking at the 64. Now the 82 still haven't got the transfer case in it. I don't really want to start on the transfer case when it's late at night after work, stuff like that. I want to be able to have a whole day to go after it, so I can just get a good build day like I did before on this thing. So I promise this weekend, later on this week, if we don't get too much rain, I'm definitely going to get the transfer case, get the drive shaft in there. We're going to start putting things together back on the top, get the motor back together, get the hood on, and just do as much as I can without a carburetor. With that being said, I decided I was going to reveal the engine in the 64. Now this is 1964 short bed fleet side Chevrolet pickup. This was my gift when I was 16. If any of you didn't know, my father, mother, and a bunch of his friends tricked me, telling me that they were putting together some tractors for a tractor show, and they wouldn't let me help after I got home from school and everything. But lo and behold, it was really this 1964. So when I first got this truck, this had the 230 6-cylinder with a 3-speed on the column. This is the first vehicle I ever drove that had a 3-speed on the column, but I learned that quick. I've been around all this stuff all my life. I've been driving since I was 4 or 5 years old. So, and that's cars. So with that being said, I'm a car fanatic. Didn't last long with the 6-cylinder, so I ended up putting a small block Chevrolet motor in it. That was out of a 92 model Buick Roadmaster. Now that was before the LT, but it was still a roller cam. So we just put an aluminum intake on it, and carburetor, and it did really well. It was strong, but a little too strong for the 3 speeds, as I threw out quite a bit of them, probably 4 or 5 of them at the end of the 3-speed era. For me, I was pretty much able to do it with the blindfold on, You know, they're not very heavy transmissions, very small. Actually, one time I blew it out, and I had first. No, I'm sorry, I didn't have first. I think I only had third and no reverse. I believe third gear was the only one I had, and somehow I got stuck between first and reverse, and the truck was stuck. And I was trying to rock the truck to get it out because it wasn't really that stuck, and it got caught between first and reverse and blew the whole side of the transmission out. We didn't have a complete side of the transmission was blown out. Had no transmission fluid in it, no nothing in it. I mean, it was completely destroyed, but it still had third, and it was still together enough to actually drive 20 miles home, and that's with no fluid, like I said, or nothing. So I made it home, and I was reluctant to tell my dad about it, but I did, and I think that was the point where we decided to put a 350 turbo in it. So now it's for you guys, it's a 350 truck. So I ran that Buick Roadmaster engine, which is still a small block Chevrolet, for quite a few years, and had some trouble with it, leaking oil pretty bad. So I parked it, and I decided to pull the motor out, and now I'm going to show you what motor's in it. Never finished it up. I run out of funds. Started working, you know, a full-time job, stopped home with my dad, so I really didn't have no time. Then I had a baby, and you know how life works. So alright guys, so there you are. I did wipe it down a little bit, get all the dust off of it. When I picked the hood up and saw it, I decided, yeah, I want to do some work to it. I want to get it cleaned up under here for sure. This is not what it looked like. This is all from it sitting. Kind of upsets me pretty bad, but there you have it. 454 big block. It's a RV motor. It didn't have but I believe 90,000 miles on it, if that, not for sure. Didn't have the money to get a aluminum intake or nothing like that, so it's completely stock. Just went through the rear main seal and valve covers and stuff like that. Now this was I think rated 210 horsepower, but it was like a stupid number. Torque 460, I believe, 470 torque, so it was a high torque engine. I think it would do really well in the 64, so I'm excited to start getting back on this too. And I'm gonna clean it up, turn it over, make sure it's not stuck or anything, as long as it's been sitting. And really the main thing that has stopped me, in case you were wondering, is exhaust manifolds, headers, whatever. As you can see, it comes out right below the exhaust port, the second exhaust port back. So I've tried exhaust manifolds, and we looked at headers and the design and everything, and even the block huggers, they won't really clear. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do there, but nonetheless, there you have it, guys. That's my 454 in my 64 Chevrolet. But here's the real question: do I want to continue that build? Do I want to put that 454 in it? I know a lot of you classic guys would like that idea and everything. It's pretty neat having 454. Or should I go LS with it? Now that we saw how easy the LS swap is and everything, and I'm sure I could obtain one. Honestly, I could probably obtain a 5.3 or something, 4.8, fairly cheap. I mean, almost as cheap as what it would cost me to, you know, get these headers and the rest of the stuff I'm going to need for this big block, or really do the stuff that I would want to do to the big block, like the aluminum intake and get a good carburetor instead of that wore out Quadrajet, which could be rebuilt. I mean, not saying nothing bad about it, but yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm curious. I'd like to know what you guys think, because I definitely want to get on it. We need to get her cleaned up, and maybe I can try to touch up some of the paint chips and everything that's on it. Now, the paint job's 10 years old now, so it's been out and sitting in the sun and daily life as it came to it and everything else. So, you know, I want to definitely get back on it though. That's something I really want to do. I mean, it's not a priority obviously, but something I really want to do. So leave it in the comments below what you think. I'd like to hear your opinion. I'll get back on the 82 as soon as I can. And we got to continue getting ready for the rat rod build. And there's a lot of stuff my dad has to do to get ready for it, and you know, I want to be able to try to help him, because I know it takes a lot out of him, and he's also got to tow and get the rollback ready that he's trying to build. So he's got his own stuff going on, and any little bit of help I can be, I'm going to try to be. But I'm definitely going to show you as much as I can. So I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button, and I will be showing you more on both these trucks here soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Alright, just a quick little video here on this. Came home today and I got a package. Now I know what it is, but I really think it's awesome still, and I definitely want to share it with you guys. This was sent to me by James in Baltimore, Maryland. I really appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. You guys ready? What do you think it is? Not one, but two Cherry Bomb Extremes in the box. There we are. I think that's awesome. He said he was going to run them on his truck, but he decided against it, so he sent them to me. He had no use for them, and I definitely can find a use for them. Again, buddy, I appreciate it a lot.